Joe Faragelli has led the Ottawa Roughriders to 4 straight wins. He goes for 5 in a row tonight on TSN. Also ahead, the homeboys go behind the scenes, literally, in the Argonaut locker room. We find out who the Ottawa Roughriders think is the league's best special teams player. And Steel Towners speak out on the Ticats coaching change.
Week number 9 of the CFL season brings us to the stadium at BC Place in the CFL Report, where the BC Lions are getting set to take on the Ottawa Roughriders in just over a half hour's time. Hi, everybody, and welcome to the CFL Report. I'm Gord Miller. The interim coaches, the men who have taken over in midseason, are the story so far in the CFL. Combined, they are 7-0. The biggest story, Joe Faragelli, who's really turned around the Ottawa Roughriders.
On paper, the Ottawa Roughriders were always good. They had a solid quarterback in Damon Allen, a strong running back in Reggie Barnes, and a stingy defense led by the likes of linebacker Brian Bonner and hard-hitting safety Scott Flagel. But being good on paper did not make the Riders a good team on the field. They lost their first 4 games, and head coach Steve Goldman was fired. Enter Joe Faragelli, who turned potential on paper into performance on the field. The Riders won their next 4 and now hold a very respectable 4-4 record.
Well, it's the same reason in any business that a boss can motivate his employees to work for him and get that extra sale, to work that extra hour, to do those extra things that it takes to become that type of a person. And I think Joe is just so relaxed and just so positive that the pressure is off us as far as a team.
It's impossible to say how much the Riders' turnaround is due to Joe Faragelli, but a win tonight would not only put the Riders into a second-place tie in the East Division, it would also make Faragelli an early favorite for CFL Coach of the Year.
And Joe Faragelli joins us now on the CFL Report. Joe, possible leading candidate for Coach of the Year. What do you think?
Are you serious? You know, that's the kiss of death. I already got fired once. I don't want to get fired again.
Things look pretty good for you right now in Ottawa. What's been going on in the nation's capital over the last 4 weeks that seems to have this team realizing its potential?
Well, I think basically we try to relieve the pressure, get him to relax. Everything's positive. Get Damon to spread it around and use all the guns that he has. Once you win one game, they started to really have confidence in themselves. They look out for one another. They help one another. A guy drops a ball or we have a bad play, the other guys encourage him and say, hey, forget it, we'll get it back for you. So I think that's the attitude of the team. We didn't change any players. We didn't do much of anything except maybe order pizza on Thursdays. That's about the only thing different. Yeah.
Aside from pizza, there is also passion in Ottawa, and passion's a word you've used a lot in your coaching career, and it's something you talk to this Ottawa team about.
Oh, absolutely. I'm not a very fancy guy. I'm Italian, and Italians understand passion. I guess in essence what I'm telling is get the adrenaline pumping, get the intensity, and then go out and just fly around, have fun, knock the hell out of anything that's standing, and play smart. That's always my final remark. And so far they've done it, and if we can continue doing that, we will win more games than we lose.
Joe Faragelli, thanks very much, and good luck down the stretch, and maybe even at the Coach of the Year dinner.
Well, I'll be in Rhode Island at that time. I guarantee you that.
All right, Joe Faragelli, the head coach of the Ottawa Roughriders. For more on the game coming up, let's hear now from John Wells and Leif Pedersen.
All right, Gord, the Faragelli factor, a new attitude, a positive new attitude for the Ottawa Roughriders. He's turned some losers into winners, and they're having some fun playing football.
Yeah, they really are, John. I think the key was the assistant coaches told him when he came in, look, we have the right players. We just need the right atmosphere. So what he did in a hurry, and you heard Joe say it wasn't a lot of X's and O's. It was simply a human nature thing. I mean, let the guys know that if they make a mistake, they won't be chastised when they come off the field. And above all, make it fun, and I think everybody can relate to that. If your job's fun, you're productive.
And we'll find out tonight if the Ottawa Roughriders will make it 5 in a row for old Papa Joe. Gord?
Thanks very much, fellas. One of the guys trying to stop Papa Joe and gang is Norman Jefferson, a man who not only plays defense, but every special team for these BC Lions. So that'll meet the players, meet Norman Jefferson.
BC Lions cornerback Norman Jefferson has quietly made a name for himself as one of the Canadian Football League's most consistent pass defenders. He came to the Lions last year after 2 seasons with the Green Bay Packers of the National Football League. Jefferson is also a key member of the Lions special teams, returning kickoffs and punts. And he's also an ordinary member of the Vancouver community during the football season.
Well, I like to play basketball, I like to shoot pool, go to the movies, go out, have some fun, you know, go out in the clubs with some of the guys and just hang around and just watch people and everything, but more or less shoot basketball during the off season.
Lots of hits in the CFL recently. In Edmonton, Blake Marshall acts like a locomotive and runs over Saskatchewan's Doug Brewster. Brewster is good position, but Marshall is ahead of steam and is always ready for a good collision. Brewster's a big guy and had a chance against Marshall, but the Eskimo fullback really punishes DB Richie Hall. Still with Edmonton, Danny Bass nails Willis Jaycox. A great collision between Leroy Blue and Ray Elgard. The late hit of the week, Benny Goods on quarterback Kent Austin. Ottawa's Scott Flagel is a regular hitter of the week. He pops newcomer Ricky Martin. Same game, Charles Gordon pops Hamilton's Rico Cartwright. Then Cartwright pops the wall and scatters the Tigap cheerleaders. Ottawa's Kensley Palmer rocks Earl Winfield. Still in Hamilton, Argonaut rookie Brian Smith makes a name for himself. How about Chorus Irvin on Rocket Ismail? This is the Labor Day weekend late hit. Argo Mike Campbell on Mike Kerrigan. Out west, Saskatchewan's Ray Elgard finds out that bomber James West can still give a licking. Edmonton's Leroy Blue gets all of the ball, and Calgary's Andy McVeigh. And Eskimo lineman Brett the Toaster Williams almost knocks the head off Stamp quarterback Danny Barrett. But our hit of the week comes from Regina. Linebacker Eddie Lowe blitzes and nails bomber QB Danny McManus. Here's another look. No one touches Lowe, so he plants his helmet. Hats on to Eddie Lowe. He delivers our TSN hit of the week. In his first 4 games of the season, Ottawa quarterback Damon Allen completed 44% of his passes. In his last 4 games, playing under new head coach Joe Faragelli, Allen has completed 57% of his passes, an increase of 13%.
The fans are filing into BC Place, where the kickoff is just over 27 minutes away. And when the CFL Report returns, they're back. The Homeboys will be coming at you when we return on the CFL Report.
Our true north, strong and free, from far and wide, oh Canada, we stand.
Sandusky. He just really turned his shoulders inside, so I didn't even hit him and went up in 44. They're trying to go cut him. Yeah. They're trying to go on. What you think?
Doug Flutie's pass to
we get Alex all day. He's kind of trying to settle.
4 yards.
Okay. The 802 is a good call.
Mark Mathis making the tackle for the Eskimos.
I had him, but I think I had him too quick for
okay.
it. But I thought since we were to the side,
you know what? I didn't realize that was a short side. They played his strength there though.
Trivia time. Here's the first clue, always the toughest one. This former BC Lions slotback grew up on the east side of Vancouver and went to the University of Washington on a football scholarship in 1971. He finished his college career with Simon Fraser University.
Well, you know, the Homeboys have become an overnight success on the CFL Report, but behind every great on-camera talent, there is the technical end. And tonight, joining the Homeboys is cameraman Carl Braisley.
Hello, I'm Benny Feelgood.
And I'm Jerome Love.
And this here is another deaf edition of the Homeboys Report. You know, Jerome, I've been tripping over the hype, hip-hop type response we've been getting over the show.
Wonderful.
Wonderful indeed.
And being that we are the hostess with the mostest,
And that we
we
are.
sent our favorite homeboy, Carl Brazenly, undercover, up close and personal on game day to show you just how a T.I. is.
Like a T.I. Come on, Carl Brazenly. Come on. Let's make room for our homeboy. Come on our luxurious set.
Come on, give me some.
All right. Make room on the couch,
Yo, man,
Make room on the couch.
Yo, man.
Yeah, be careful, bro.
Microphone, big
Hey,
Yo,
it's
man.
the homeboys now,
hey,
man.
Hey, man,
It's the
before we go
homeboys.
too far, paint day.
Oh,
Do it at
paint
the
day
door.
for the
Hold,
homeboys.
this one yours.
This is your pay. I'm paid. It's mine.
Yo, man, got your initial on. See, man?
Money, man.
Yo, man. Hey, man, before we get going, man, I just want to tell you little brothers, man, you little homie boys, that I just, like, really appreciate it from the bottom of my little heart how y'all gave me that camera and let me do my thing.
Welcome, my brother.
Yeah,
Most
man.
welcome.
Hey, man, but, so anyway, I got me a little footage here. That's what they say in the film, the footage, man. They don't say nothing about, like, just tape or nothing like that. You know, like
We
you
big
get-
time.
Yeah. So I got me a little footage, pick that up, anyway. And, hey, cuz, if you could give me a little hand, we could roll this and show them what's going on.
Let's roll it, Breeze.
Pre-game stretch, lady. This helps me loosen up a little bit. You know what I mean?
Ah, you scared me with that machine. I'm back. What's up, my bro? How you doing? Good to see you again. Good to be back in T.O.
Say something stupid so I can put this on the air.
Boy, you sexy as ever. You know that? I always did look up to you for that. One of the sexiest men alive.
Hold it down. I want somebody to put on the air.
I'm out to get somebody today. I don't know who it's gonna be though. It might be you if you stand so close to the sideline.
Hey. Carl's holding the camera because he thinks he's hurt this week and he should be playing. But we put some young guys in there that are going to take his place.
Yo, man, that was hype, except for that little tall midget at the end, man.
Yeah, man.
Every time I see him, make me sweat.
Do be wigging out, man.
My nerves.
Benny, excuse me, can we get the makeup girl out here? We got Benny sweating. What? I mean, we on TV.
Makeup girl? Word.
You big time. You with the homeboys.
Yeah, man. Ooh. And she know how to do
That
it.
was good, but I was wondering if it was just
Yeah. Man, I got something, even the makeup girl gonna like this. I got something for all the little homie girls out there. Yo, cuz, can you roll that extra little bit of tape I got?
Roll that, Breeze.
Roll it, Breeze. Take us a...
A star is born.
Miss Makeup Girl, what you got to say?
Is born.
Miss Makeup Girl, what you got to say?
Stars in the makeup.
Nobody takes it different. Look, you on a date? I can pick you up. Luke tried to get away, but I was on it.
Run, but he can't hide.
Like the policeman on the thief man. Yes, sir. I was on it.
That is the serious
Close your eyes.
behind the scenes.
Yes, behind the scenes, Jerome. And you know what?
What?
CBC can't do it.
No, they messed up.
ABC, they just couldn't get to it.
No, they didn't have time.
ESPN,
They
blew it.
Messed up, didn't they?
Only the homeboys can pump you up and show you the way
that it is on game day.
So until next week,
Peace, love, and happiness.
And what about some birds? Y'all supposed to have some bird on this show.
Everybody else had some bird, didn't they?
Yeah, everybody. That's how y'all be doing. Me on man. Let me out there, man.
It's been a rather amazing 4 weeks in Canadian football. 3 coaches have been fired, but what makes it even more incredible is that all the replacements have won every game they played. The replacement coaches are 7-0. What's going on?
Well, John, you know, let's make the analogy like this, and you people at home can relate to this. Your boss, all of a sudden he gets fired, you have a new boss come in. I mean, do you not want to try a little harder to impress him, do things maybe a little differently, add a little more enthusiasm to your day-to-day routine? It's the same for football players, and that's exactly what's been happening. The new coaches have had teams that have really responded to someone new coming in. It's a fresh slate for these guys. It's like starting all over. The pressure is off. It's a new season. That's why they're all playing better.
What's even more incredible, too, is when you look at all situations, the coaches have come from elsewhere. They have not been moved up from another position on the staff.
Yeah, no, I think that's a great point. And what happens then is that the coaches coming in have no preconceived ideas about certain personnel on the team. You know, if a guy's promoted from within, he knows all the problems that have occurred on that team. But when you bring in an outsider, everything is fresh, a new slate, and everybody gets a second chance. We all need that every once in a while.
The Ottawa Rough Riders made the move first, and it has panned out absolutely perfectly. Joe Farragelli has won 4 straight games.
Yeah, you know, it's been great for Farragelli. He's come in and just totally relaxed this team. He said, all I ask of you guys is to play with a little passion, a little enthusiasm, and boy, if you make a mistake, don't worry about coming off the field. I'm not going to yell at you, and you can see how they've responded. Damon Allen and all the players have played much better under his control.
Saskatchewan, that situation was a little more dicey. A lot of people weren't convinced that Gregory should have lost his job, but then Matthews has won too.
Well, you know, it makes management look really smart when they made this move, but unfortunately for John Gregory, he lost the quarterback and, of course, then lost his job. It's as simple as that, but who can fault the decision? Don Matthews, a couple of big wins in a row for them, and he has brought a great deal of enthusiasm to this team, the Saskatchewan Roughriders. They have never looked better.
And the story in Hamilton, when you're 0-7, I guess you have to make a decision like they did, but David Beckman really didn't have a terrific amount of CFL experience. Was that his problem?
Yeah, I think it really was. He didn't know how to handle a team. I mean, he's still stuck in college days. It was rah-rah this, rah-rah that, and of course pro players just don't really relate to that kind of stuff. Once you get to the pros, you have to motivate from within, and he was really out of his league. And John Gregory, ironically enough, comes over and they have the first win of the year, a big win for them, and I think it's his stability and his organizational skills that will certainly help the Ticats for the rest of the year.
And we'll watch closely for the rest of the season to see if anybody else is in trouble and the team bounces back when the coach is gone.
And last we heard, our jobs are safe, at least for now. Coming up in about 18 minutes, the kickoff, and the CFL Report returns in a moment. Live from BC Place.
This player joined the Lions in 1975 after being released by the Green Bay Packers.
Week 8 in the CFL, a very busy one as Calgary and Hamilton recorded big Labor Day wins. But in Hamilton, the big story was what happened on the sidelines as Coach David Beckman was fired.
David Beckman has finally been fired as head coach of the Hamilton Tiger Cats. Under Beckman, the Ticats failed to make the playoffs last year and lost their first 8 games of the season. Replacing Beckman is former Saskatchewan Roughriders coach John Gregory.
I wanted to discuss it with my family, and you know, it's been a tough time the last week or so, and you know, I've been trying to reevaluate myself and everything, and talked to my family and my kids last night, and they all said, "Hey, Dad, go for it." So here I am.
Monday, the Tiger Cats and slot-back Lee Knight shocked the Toronto Argonauts 48-24. It was the first win of the season for the Ticats and a perfect debut for their new head coach. Meanwhile, in Calgary, this turnover proved to be costly for the Edmonton Eskimos. Stu Laird laterals to Junior Thurman, who outraces David Williams and takes it into the end zone for the touchdown, handing the Stampeders a 48-36 win over the Eskimos. Looking at the standings, Toronto still leads the way in the East, followed by Winnipeg, with Ottawa 1 game back. And Hamilton finally has its first win. Out west, Calgary reclaims its 2-game lead over the Eskimos. BC needs a win to move into a second-place tie. And finally, the Argos' Mike the Pinball Clements is still nursing a sore knee, and he'll miss at least 1 more game. Hamilton General Manager Joe Zuger has changed coaches for the second time in less than a year. This week on Fans Corner, Ticat fans give their reaction to the firing of David Beckman and the hiring of John Gregory.
I give Gregory a chance. He's got to prove himself. At least I think he'll be a better man on the job than Mr. Beckman. He was only a high school coach.
So the bottom line is that the coaching change will not make a difference. Maybe next year, but not this year.
Okay, John Gregory is going to be a good coach for the Hamilton Tiger Cats.
I think it's good for the city and for the team. John Gregory's got a proven track record as a head coach in the CFL.
I think it's about time, and it's a great trade, and maybe they'll get some winnings.
Maybe a change is going to be okay, but I told him the other day in an interview that we need to bring back Angelo Mosca so that we can catch up.
The Hawk, Ronnie Hawkins. The fans are filing into BC Place. We're getting set for football. The kickoff is under 15 minutes away, and the CFL Report returns in just a moment.
Our play of the week from Week 8 goes to Henry Williams.
Good kick by Lazecki, chasing the gizmo. Henry Williams back to the 30. But he turns it on now, and quickly he's to the 50-yard line. The gizmo knocked over one of the officials. He could be gone. One man can maybe catch him. Lucius Floyd. Can he get there? No.
Henry Williams with an 80-yard touchdown run, demonstrating his great moves and speed, and one of the reasons he is feared by other teams, sometimes feared by the referees as well. Williams runs over this official on his way to the TSN Play of the Week. Our final clue. After 2 seasons with the Lions, this player's career was put to an abrupt end after a near-fatal car accident. The answer is Barry Houlihan.
And for people in the Vancouver area, Barry Houlihan is very well known as a sportscaster at a local station here on the West Coast. Barry Houlihan might have achieved more fame behind the mic than he did on the football field. In fact, Barry Houlihan played so long ago that it was the era of silent movies. We apologize for the audio difficulties with that feature. Barry Houlihan had a near-fatal car accident here in Vancouver, but he's fine now, and he's a very popular member of the local sports media, speaks often at local events, and is also a popular guy in the local golf tournaments. Barry Houlihan doing very well in Vancouver. Thanks very much. And for those of you who didn't know, yes, he did play in the Canadian Football League. He'll be here tonight to cover the football game between the BC Lions and the Ottawa Rough Riders. That's coming up in just a few minutes as the Lions get set to perhaps take over second place in the West Division. Ottawa looks the same to do the thing in the East Division. The matchup tonight is a pretty good one. Charles Gordon, the rookie for the Ottawa Rough Riders, will have his hands full with Ray Alexander, the swift and elusive receiver for the BC Lions, who looks to take the young man to school tonight. And if he can do it, the BC Lions will have the upper hand in what could prove to be a shootout here at the stadium at BC Place. Interesting note about this stadium. They call it the Dome of Doom in Ottawa because until last year, the Riders had not won here. Ottawa's victory over BC here last year was the team's first since the stadium opened in 1983. Overall, the Riders are 1-7 in this stadium. Coming up next, Ottawa looks to improve that record as it takes on the Lions. Local blackouts are in effect, so check the local list and enjoy the game.